This recording is a summary of the main points of the report titled The Greek Economy in 2020, The Impact of the Coronavirus Crisis and Outlook, which has been published by Eurobank Research, Eurobank's analyst team, in the Economy and Markets Bulletin, also uploaded on eurobank.gr. At the end of this recording, you will hear important information for which you must be aware.
My name is Anna Dimitriadou, and I am an economic analyst at Eurobank Research. This study examines the impact of the coronavirus crisis on the Greek economy and the prospects for the period ahead. 2020 had begun with positive medium-term prospects for the Greek economy. In 2019, real GDP grew by 1.9%, overshooting EU28 and the Eurozone by 0.4 and 0.7 percentage points respectively. The unemployment rate fell to 16.4% in January 2020, with employment having recovered 36.3% of its losses in the crisis period, based on the sectors of tourism, trade, manufacturing, and the public sector. Finally, inflation decreased to 0.5% in 2019 from 0.8% in 2018 due to the reduction of VAT rates on some categories of goods and services and the fall in oil prices. In February 2020, the economic sentiment indicator recorded its highest value since January 2001. The reduction in Greece's cost of borrowing, the upgrades for international credit rating agencies, the prospects for accelerated growth in 2020, and the commitment of policymakers in the implementation of measures conducive to medium-term growth have been important factors in the recovery of the economic sentiment. Of course, there were still significant risks to the long-term potential growth due to negative net investment for a ninth year in a row and demographic trends. That was the picture before the coronavirus pandemic. Regarding the course of real GDP in Greece in 2020, an exact forecast is impossible due to the lack of visibility on three critical factors. Firstly, the duration of the lockdown measures. Secondly, the nature and size of fiscal and monetary support measures. And thirdly, the impact on consumer and investor behavior post-crisis. Only sensitivity to different conditions can be assessed. Overall, Greece is expected to be more vulnerable than the average EU country in the demand and supply shock of the coronavirus crisis due to a number of structural factors. The channels of transmission also include disturbances in the supply chain of manufacturing, shocks in consumer and investor confidence, and recession in major trading partners. Accordingly, two scenarios are calibrated. A moderate scenario assumes lift of lockdown measures in May, both in Greece and in major trading partners, no repetition of the lockdown, no lasting change in consumer and investor behavior post-crisis, and fiscal support measures of 6.8 billion euros. In this case, real GDP contraction is calculated to be 6.7%, with gradual recovery from 2021 onwards. A more adverse scenario assumes a more extended lockdown or another wave of the pandemic in autumn, risk-averse behavior from consumers and investors post-crisis, and fiscal support measures of 10 billion euros. In this case, real GDP contraction is calculated to be 10.6%. Both scenarios entail a deep decrease in private consumption, exports and investment, a sizable increase in unemployment, deflationary pressures, and pressures on real estate and non-performing loans. The fiscal primary balance for 2020 is expected to have a negative sign for the first time since 2013, and despite a primary surplus of 4% of GDP in 2019. This is due to the cost of the fiscal support measures aiming to cushion the negative effects of the COVID-19 outbreak. We present three scenarios for the 2020 primary balance, distinguished by the level of budget revenues they incorporate. The effect of the COVID-19 pandemic on the 2020 public debt is negative and significant. Conditional on the realization of a minus 7.5% of GDP primary balance and an intact cash buffer, the 2020 debt-to-GDP ratio is expected at 195.3% from 174.6% in the pre-COVID-19 scenario. In 2070, the debt-to-GDP ratio is expected at 85.8% of GDP, almost 12 percentage points higher compared to the pre-COVID-19 scenario. As regards reforms, some of them are progressing smoothly, others less so. The COVID-19 crisis has inevitably caused delays, but it is worth noting that the urgency to provide certain services digitally due to the coronavirus led to the rapid adoption of digital means by the state, businesses, and households. Privatizations have also slowed down due to the coronavirus crisis, and the respective proceeds will be lower than anticipated. Overall, however, the commitment to both reforms and privatizations by the current administration remains solid. Therefore, their implementation may accelerate significantly once the coronavirus crisis subsides.
Prior to any reproduction of the report that you have heard, the approval of Eurobank Research is required. This report, which has been published by Eurobank SA with head offices in Athens, 8 Othon Street, and General Commercial Registry number 15455816000, is not and under no circumstances should be considered to be an investment recommendation or advice, incitement, encouragement, or offer to buy or sell, or a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell the securities mentioned herein. Eurobank and others associated with it may have positions in and may affect transactions in securities of companies mentioned herein, and may also perform or seek to perform investment banking services for those companies. The investments mentioned may be unsuitable for investors, depending on the specific investment objectives and financial position. Investments on financial instruments, by their nature, involve risk that may cause loss of part or even the whole of the investment. Performance in the past does not guarantee and is not a reliable indicator of future results. Information regarding the future performance is not a reliable indicator of the future results. The information contained herein is for informative purposes only and has been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but it has not been verified by Eurobank. The opinions expressed herein may not necessarily coincide with those of any member of Eurobank. No representation or warranty, expressed or implied, is made as to the accuracy, completeness, correctness, timeless, or fairness of the information opinions herein, all of which are subject to change without notice. No responsibility or liability whatsoever or howsoever arising is accepted by Eurobank or any of its directors, officers, or employees in relation to the contents herein, or any actions and/or decisions made by anyone based on the above.